Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. As you know that in previous topic we have discussed the ripple tank, which we stated as a device which is used for the studying the various characteristic features of the waves. So today we are going to discuss the characteristic features including reflection of light, reflection of waves, refraction of waves and diffraction of the waves. But first we will go to define the wavefront and ray. What is the difference between a wavefront and a ray? So all the points along the wave forming the wave crust is known as wavefront. So consider this is a wave. So the points that represents the crust of the wave. So these points, if I draw lines, so this line that joins all the crust on the wave, these lines are known as the wavefront. So this line and this line represents the crust of the wave. So these are known as wavefronts. On the other hand, the ray is defined as a line drawn in direction of wave motion perpendicular to wavefront is called a ray. So consider this line, that this line which is drawn in the direction of propagation of the wave, this line is known as ray and is perpendicular to all the wavefronts in this situation. So this line is known as ray. Here we can say that these curved lines represents the wavefronts, while these lines which are perpendicular to these curves and in direction of the propagation of the wave are called rays. So this is the wavefront and these three lines represent the rays. So the distance between these two wavefronts is known as the wavelength of the wave. So we are going to use these diagrams in the explanation of reflection of waves, refraction of waves and diffraction. So we have to first keep in mind that what is wavefront and what is ray. So first property of the wave, here we are going to discuss reflection of wave. By definition we can say that the change in direction of wavefront at an interface between two different media such that the wavefront returns back into the medium from which it is originated is called reflection of wave. Here consider a wavefront and a ray, and this is an obstacle, or we can say this is the barrier. When a wavefront incidents on the barrier and moves from one medium to another medium, then striking the boundary between the two media, the wavefront bounce back to the first medium from which it is originated, then this process is known as reflection of the wave. Consider that this is the incident wave while this is the barrier between the two media, and after striking the barrier it bounces back to the first medium. So this process is called reflection of wave. Here the reflection of wave takes place with the same angle as that of the incident wave. If the angle is changed, as here, if the incident wave comes with certain angle, then reflection of the wave will take with same angle as that of the incident wave. So this is known as reflection of wave. How we will produce reflection of wave in ripple tank? So for that purpose we will place an upright obstacle in the tray of the ripple tank at certain distance. Then when the vibrator makes waves and these waves come in contact with this barrier, then after striking the barrier they will bounce back like this, and this will represent or demonstrate reflection of wave in the ripple tank. The next property of the wave is refraction of wave, which can be defined as the change in speed of the wave when it passes from one medium into another is called refraction of the wave. When there occurs a change in speed of the wave when passing from one medium to another medium, then this phenomena is known as refraction of wave. By introducing the wave equation, we have that V is equal to F lambda. Here we represent V speed of the wave, F frequency of the wave, while lambda represents the wavelength of the wave. If we keep the frequency as constant, then the speed of the wave is directly proportional to wavelength, that a change in speed of the wave will produce a change in wavelength as well. So when waves move from shallow water into deep water, then the speed of the wave increases. So by this equation we can also say that its wavelength also increases. For example, considering the diagram here, if we consider that this is the incident wave which is moving from shallow water towards deep water, and this is the refracted wave. Then here the wave fronts are close to each other, having smaller wavelength, and the speed is also smaller in this shallow water. But when it crosses the shallow water and reaches to deep water, due to change in density, the speed as well as wavelength of the incident wave increases, and this process is known as refraction of the wave. Refraction of the wave can be demonstrated in the ripple tank by placing a plastic sheet at the one end of the tray. If you place a plastic sheet at one end of the tray, then the level of water at the two sides will be different, and when the waves are produced and passes from the plastic place, then you will observe that its wavelength and speed increases. So this is a refraction of wave. Now the third property, which is diffraction of wave. Diffraction of wave is defined as the bending of waves around corners of an obstacle is called diffraction. When wave pass through an aperture or opening, it spreads out due to diffraction. When a standing waves comes and it passes between two obstacles having a small opening, then these standing waves, after passing this aperture, spreads out in all direction in circular waves. This phenomena is known as diffraction of the wave. In diffraction of the wave, we have a condition which states that if the size of the opening is equal to the wavelength of the incoming wave, then the diffraction will be maximum, that the maximum waves will form into circular form around the corners of the obstacle. Otherwise, if you keep increasing the opening size from that of the wavelength, then the diffraction will occur, but this diffraction will be minimum, and the waves will be round off at the corners, only at the corners, and they will remain static as well. So here the diffraction is minimum, while in this situation the diffraction is maximum. The only condition that holds for maximum diffraction is that the wavelength and the size of the opening must be comparable, so that maximum diffraction will occur. Now how can we produce diffraction in a ripple tank? So for that purpose, we will place two obstacles at a certain distance from the electric motor and vibrator, having a small opening between them, and we will try to make this opening equal to the wavelength of the incoming waves. Then when the vibrator start vibration, produce disturbance and ripples forms on these water surface, then after passing this opening or aperture, they will convert into this circular form, and we will say that diffraction has been observed in the ripple tank. So that's enough for today. Thanks.